I'm just going straight into this. So this race was pretty stressful for me because this is one of my first time ever driving the LMP2 car, and with traffic. So the thing is that I am not that fast in this car, even though I called it in a P5. This was early in the morning, so I mean it wasn't many online. And in the quali, I spun out and crashed because of the cold tires, and both of my laps were invalid, so I couldn't do anything about it. But I'm just going to jump straight into the race. Okay, now we are starting. I haven't watched the replay, so this is basically me just freestyling everything. So a decent start behind P3. Now the thing is that since it's so early, I'm super tired, so I'm not like laser focused or anything, and I'm being little bit careful at the start, since you know the new tire models are super hard to drive at the start. Missed the apex, models crashed, shit happens, but yeah, the livery car, the Red Bull car in front, isn't that fast. Now the first lap I was just, you know, just getting used to the rhythm. You see that I was a bit too close for my comfort. Yeah, just chilling, driving, getting into the rhythm. Because like I said, it's early in the morning. Skipping over to lap 2. Now I just want to talk a little bit about my video style and how I'm going to edit. I'm going to, of course, go and do a race. A good race or just an interesting race, and just clip the the cool laps, the interesting laps in that race, so you guys don't get bored, because I see those 45 minutes videos, I can't watch them, you know, and Dave Camp's long videos, no, I just can't. I kinda just want shorter videos, and maybe you guys want it, maybe other people like me want it, like 9 to 15-minute videos. Of course it depends on how long the race lasts, but yeah, I'm also going to improve, of course, my video quality and both of my driving, of course. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Now we're into lap 3 already because of my talking. We're going to stay behind P3 just to slipstream, and at the same time, yeah, you can see that I'm fuel saving a bit too early, and I'm not going to spoil that much, but at the end of the race I'm still going to fuel save. I don't know why, I don't know what my strategy was, but it was booty cheeks, it wasn't anything good to be honest. Yeah, and you know, still slipstreaming behind him. I don't want to push too early. Last lap you probably saw his netcode or his internet sucks. Basically crashed and nothing happened. And at the same time you saw me just tapping the wall at turn 6. And at turn 8, right before this straight. No, I just can't. This turn is just so hard for me. I'm always sliding, but I'm a guy that adapts, you know, to the environment. Getting a good exit, not that good because, yeah, I haven't driven this track that much, maybe like 6 hours. I'm actually posting this video a bit too late, a week, 2 weeks later than the race, I think, yeah, around that. Now we're seeing an incident ahead. It's the P3 car, LMP2 car, and a GT3, so we're beginning to lap the other cars. They're super scared to drive past. Almost again, wow. That Porsche was scary. Now I gotta stay behind him. No biggie. Oh, he has damage to the rear bumper. Yeah. Now we are turn 6 again. Trying to go on the outside, but not ballsy enough to do that. At the end I got it. Now we are at lap number 6. At the beginning, at the beginning of lap 6, you can see the net go to the car in front. Super bad internet. I'm still trying to, fuel save, but I've never been good at that. Except the 12-hour Sebring. That was fun. Now, maximize the exit here, getting a lot of the car in front. This was actually my fastest lap throughout this race, I think. Not quite sure, but it was something like that. Now this was 2 weeks ago, so I don't remember that much. But yeah, going wide here, don't want to hit the curbs because it will fling you out to the barriers on the outside. Early on the gas to get a good exit. The leader is just flying away. Same with P3. Yeah, this was my fastest lap yet. Maybe throughout the whole race. There I feel saved. Now at the beginning of lap 10 I have closed in like crazy and is half a second behind P3. I saw that P2 and 1 was too fast for me to drive past them, so I was thinking maybe just fuel save and then drive past P3 because P3 was obviously a bit slower. And there is his internet connection again. Staying behind, slipstreaming, At one point of the race, I think a little bit further, I actually began to push like crazy to just see if I can catch P2 or not. Now, for 4 laps ago, my tires was warm enough to actually push. So yeah, P10 is there. No, lap 10, my bad. Is there? You can push the car like crazy. I won't because I will need to fuel save. Yeah, he pulled away at the lap 11. He's pulling away from us for now, but not forever. Just riding on the curbs, maximizing the track. I actually learned after that race that you lose time if you ride over the curb from turn 2 and 3. No, I think 2. Yeah, something like that. Brake at the 250 mark. Maximum early on the throttle. Brake right before the 200. Staying as close as possible to the wall. I don't know how I got a 0x there. Sure, I got that 2, but Iracing is Iracing. No damage, luckily. I actually riding the curb like crazy, but yeah. Just staying right behind him. You can see how close I am. I just slipstreaming. Now we're at lap 12. These laps are crazy fast. I swear like 1 minute ago we were on lap 6. Maybe we were. I don't know. But look, here I also found out, wait, I can be faster. Or something like that. I think it was later. I just want you guys to watch this lap because just to enjoy the racing, the sound, the feeling. But you can't feel what I'm feeling when I was driving. But I don't know, sometimes I get this like cool sensation, epic sensation. yeah. Still fuel saving a bit. You can see that I'm actually pretty shit at fuel saving. And also the LMP2, the IMSA hypercars, are closing in on us. 28 seconds behind me. About the same to the car in front. Look how close I was there to just total the car in front. Aye, aye, aye. Now we are at like 50%, almost 50% into the race. The hypercars is closing in again on us. Super close to the guy in front, and we are actually closing in on the GT3s. Now what I thought here was to just not I need to drive past him before the GT3s or before the traffic in front or before the traffic begins, because I'm losing a lot of time. You can see here I'm going on the inside here. He almost closed the gap, but yeah, it was super close there. But I'm just better, I'm just faster, and he's just bad, I guess. Because he has a Red Bull livery. He's not Max Verstappen, but at least he didn't almost go out of fuel like I did. The spoiler, but yeah. Oof, had to lift there. If not, GG's. We're at the end of lap 17 and just gone up with P7 in GT3 class. I don't know if he's actually P7, but it says here on the relatives. I actually think this is the when the fun parts begin, when you need to drive past the GT3s. Braking super late for some reason. I don't really know if it was super late or not, but it was late enough, I guess. And yeah, this is my favorite part, when the traffic I need to drive past, yeah, because when you think about it, or when I drive past these GT3s, I feel like Max Verstappen. Now 10 laps later, feeling good about the car. I'm in that zone, you know. I don't do any mistakes when I'm in that zone. Then this Porsche just randomly spawns. No, sorry, not the Porsche, the Acura. Yeah, and the Porsche. Blue Porsche behind. Corvette in front. And now you can just see the speed I get with this car. Just flying past the Corvette. I think I had to dive from here, yeah. Oof, not locking up the tires, luckily. Game over for me there if I would. This is the scary part. It's one of those stupid hypercars. Just are stupid. One practice I did before this race, a car just bounced so hard after the barrier and hit me, a hypercar. I don't know how, but that was scary. Even though if it was in practice, but yeah, first hypercar passed, and the gap he has. Wow. Now we're at the last. It seems like one lap, but you're going to see. I thought I was good. I thought I didn't need to do any fuel saving. You know, I'm fuel saving a bit now because gotta be cautious. So now this has to be the slowest I've driven in this car. It was about in this lap I knew I was fucked because the white flag wasn't showing. So I had to somehow save 2 liters a lap with 2 liters. And you're going to see how slow I needed to drive these 2 laps. Short shifting like crazy, not even the rev limiter is showing anything. high gears. Luckily I was far in front of P4 because he pitted. And even though I couldn't, the P2, sorry, was much faster than me. So I couldn't do anything. So the only thing I needed to do was to save enough fuel. Or else I'll just not finish the race. Doing a 45-minute race and at last lap not finishing. Wow. This is the last lap. In this lap you will see how much I need to save fuel. I lifted where I didn't need to lift. And now, like, I don't know, 80% into the lap I had 0.2 liters left. And I lifted and lifted, braked super early and also lifted. But here I got so scared for the car shutting off. But when I drove over the finish line, I was relieved. 0.0 liters of fuel right after the finish line. And the car can gear down for some reason. I don't know why, but that just happened. But what a race. Super fun. I don't get why people hate Long Beach. You're going to see the results pretty soon. Now here's the results for the race. I gained 21 Irating and 0.13 safety rating. I'm pretty pleased about it because I luckily finished the race with 0.0 liters of fuel. I'm pretty proud of it, and you can see on the top right that we were the only split for now. Yeah, everything worked out well. This was a bit a very long video, but it was a 45-minute race, so I couldn't do anything about it. Nice.